So let's just want to talk about a few things in terms of, once you have that sense of, this is what I feel would really allow me to have positive meaning in my life. So this is what, to me, my great teachers were really commonly emphasizing, that the most important thing is to find the positive meaning of your life. Right? That's not inherent in life. That's something you bring to life. And to have that positive meaning, you really need to connect to your calling. And in order to bring it from just a fantasy or a dream or a hope or something out there, Carl Sagan does it, that great person in the book does it, but not me. So how do you translate it from something you see out in the world that touches you to something that you begin to bring into your own personhood? And so those are, just a few things that we're always working on in the work, that to make the dream real, you have to be able to name it. Words are very important. Words are what bring things into a human level. Until something is named, until something is what I used to call proper naming, now I call it resonant naming. The naming of it has to be resonantly a resonant fit with that something. So when you're working with somebody and you're mirroring back things, you're really looking for, when you talk about something, all of a sudden you see the person quiet down and take a breath. That tells you whatever you were just naming, that's what begins to connect the performer mind to what's in the soul. You have to envision it. Okay? I have a dream. So you have to be willing and courageous to say, this feeling, if I was living this feeling, one way that might look in the world is, this is not a single image that you have to be totally committed to. It's the sense of asking yourself to create visions from this deep soul resonance. So you have to name it, you have to envision it. I think we've been talking a fair amount. You have to embody it. Until it gets into your cells, until it flows through your bloodstream, until it's pulsating in your organs, until it's moving out from you through your breath and through your motion, it doesn't really exist. It doesn't exist. It's just a ghost image. Right? So you have to declare it, you have to envision it, you have to embody it. Then you have to touch, you have to let it touch people and places and things in the world. Most of us walk around with unconscious energy walls, right? So we all know and are delighted by young kids who just really, they just have this sense of flow. Okay, so, when you're sitting there like this, is this how you came out of your mother's womb? I don't think so. So how did you get from this to this or this or this? Okay? That's what we call neuromuscular lock, which basically represents, I brought myself into the world and it was met with hostility or indifference. I said, look at this! Will you please be more quiet? Can't you see your father is worried? So we all have a lot of experience. Look at my sexuality, look at my fun, look at my playfulness, look at my seriousness. No, that has no place in this world. That's where we dissociate. And the dissociation builds, I was talking about the sort of extreme case of the woman with the black walls that she created as a way of self-protection in that horrible sexual abuse history of her as a young girl. We all have those walls. But if we want to live and create in the world, we have to feel what it is. We have to name it. We have to envision it. We have to feel it and embody it inside. And then, like throwing a ball, or if you were a singer, or if you were playing music, it's obvious that if I'm singing, I have to, my intention is I have to touch everybody in that whole room. You know, it could be an auditorium of 10,000 people, but I have to let my voice touch them, right? So to make your dream come true, you have to extend it and touch others. And then you have to realize that my mind that is looking to create this is in the world. It's in continuous feeling, like I was singing, like I was playing. My sense is I need continuous, feedback sensitive, limbic resonance, okay, in order to allow my dream to become a reality. And then you have to do this at least 1,000 times. You know, the old saying, I don't know how exactly based on research this is, whether it's this is sort of an educated guess, that notion of 10,000 hours that is needed to master something. So this is not something you do in a 3-day workshop. What we do in these sessions is create a sense of what's possible, create a sense of what's inside of you, and create a sense that I want to and I can bring this out into my life and into the whole world. But the question of moving from the dreamer to the reality, it's a big question, right? And so people who are really good at it, they practice more than anybody else. People who are really good at it, it's like, what do you need to have a positive intimacy relationship? I want to interview you about it. But you know, if you hear couples who've been together, one of the things you hear is we really work on it and we practice a lot. You know, to have a long-term awake intimacy relationship, it's a good reference structure for what we're talking about. And you realize it's easy for your relationship to go dead, to go numb. It's easy for your dream to lose track of it. So you realize that this needs to be part of my everyday creative process.